At the dive shop, we often called snorkeling window shopping because it was a lot like scuba diving but without going too deep. But even on the surface, and shallow water especially, you can see plenty of vibrant underwater life, and it's the perfect activity for the whole family. Hi everybody, and welcome to the Scuba Diving Magazine channel, your favourite place for the latest scuba diving news and gear reviews. Yes, us scuba divers and snorkelers, we have a very obvious link. We use very similar gear in our masks and our fins, and we're both looking for the same thing: to explore the underwater world. Today's sponsor is Anthony's Key Resort in Roatan in Honduras, the original dive and adventure escape tucked along the island's northwestern shore. Think waterfront bungalows and hillside hideaways with the Mesoamerican barrier reef right nearby. So getting from coffee to the first splash is wonderfully simple. What I like about Anthony's Key is how holiday logistics basically disappear. Their resort package includes accommodations, round-trip airport transfers, and 3 daily meals, plus resort amenities like a freshwater pool, kayaks, paddle boards, and Wi-Fi. Divers can add dedicated dive packages, and the resort also offers on-site PADI training from beginner all the way up to professional levels. If you've got snorkelers in the group, then guided snorkel trips run daily, and you can also snorkel at your own pace around Bailey's Key or the resort's backyard lagoon. And for a truly bucket list day, their dolphin programs offer everything from gentle, family-friendly encounters to long swim and snorkel experiences in a natural lagoon setting with trainers and marine biologists. They also put real effort into sustainability, including solar power and roof restoration initiatives. If a warm water dive or snorkel break has been calling your name, check packages, dates, and current specials at antonysKey.com. You don't need a qualification to go snorkeling. Whilst a basic snorkeling course will teach you the basics and improve your technique, there's no snorkeling police that are going to descend upon you if you don't have photo ID proving that you can snorkel. I myself started snorkeling when I was just a boy, using my father's gear at a public beach. As long as you can swim, and if you can touch the bottom when you stand up, you're going to have a great time. Another reason snorkeling is so popular is how little kit you actually need. A mask, a snorkel, and fins are going to cover most situations, and you can hire everything at the beach if you're traveling light. You don't have to learn complicated procedures or carry heavy equipment. You just float, breathe, and have a look around. A quick check that your mask fits to keep water out, a quick rinse to stop it from fogging up, and you're basically ready to go. For most people, it's the simplest way to get a front row seat to the reefs and marine life without turning the day into a full-on expedition. Snorkeling is a very low impact activity that you can take at your own pace. Snorkeling also scales really well to different confidence levels, which is why it works for families and mixed groups. Some people are happy staying in waist deep water and just peering down between the waves, whilst others want to head out a little bit farther and cover more ground. Either way, you're still sharing the same experience at the surface, and it's easy to stay close together. In calm, clear conditions, you can make it as relaxed as just a gentle float with regular breaks back on shore whenever anyone needs them. It's also one of those rare water activities where comfort can be adjusted quickly without ending the entire session. If someone gets tired, they can hold onto a float. They can use a buoyancy aid from the start, or they can simply stand up and reset. Fins can be swapped for bare feet in very sheltered spots, and a shorty wetsuit or a rash vest can make a big difference for warmth and sun protection. As long as the group chooses an appropriate location, keeps an eye on things like currents and boat traffic, and supervises younger swimmers closely, it stays very accessible for a surprisingly wide range of ages. One of the best things about snorkeling is that you can set the pace minute by minute. If the water feels a bit lively, you can keep it simple. Hover in knee to waist deep water, hold onto a float and just watch what's happening below you. If you're feeling good, then you can follow the edge of a reef, you can practice longer fin kicks or spend more time face down looking for smaller details. There's no route that you have to complete, and there's no pressure to push past what feels comfortable. You just take it at your own pace. Shallow water is also where a lot of the interesting small stuff actually lives. In the right spots, you'll find juvenile fish hiding in seagrass, crabs kind of tucked under ledges, and bright little reef species weaving throughout the rocks that are only a couple of meters deep, so you don't need to dive down to see them. When you slow down and actually scan carefully, it turns into a bit of a treasure hunt rather than a swim for distance. That's why snorkeling rewards patience more than bravery. The wildlife is often right there within easy reach, you just have to wait for it. Families can see colourful fish and marine life within minutes from the beach. Just walk into the water, pop your gear on and swim a little way out and you'll start to see amazing marine life with very vibrant colours. Snorkeling delivers that instant payoff in a way very few activities do. You don't need a very long briefing or a boat ride before anything interesting happens. You can be standing on the sand 1 minute and watching fish the next. In the right places, even a short swim for the beach is enough to bring you over rocks and reef patches, or where seagrass, where marine life starts to gather. For families, that quick transition from ordinary day at the beach to we're surrounded by fish is very hard to beat. And the colours can genuinely surprise people, especially in shallow, sunlit waters. When the light hits the reef at the right angle, you'll see electric blues and yellows, patterned stripes and flashes of silvers as schools of fish move past. Even if you only stay out for 10 minutes, it still feels like you visited a different world, because you have. And that's the magic of it. It's very minimal effort, maximum reward, and plenty of chances to come back in, warm up, head out again for another look. Snorkeling is a great way to build water confidence for newer swimmers because it introduces key skills in a low stakes, easy to reset environment. So kids are going to be learning to slow their breathing down, relax their bodies and trust that they can float comfortably whilst they look down. Because the salt water is more buoyant, they're more likely to float. Because they're on the surface the entire time, you can pause instantly to regroup, lift your head up, stand up, clear the mask, have a quick chat and just carry on if you need to. That constant ability to just stop and reset makes it much less intimidating than activities where you feel committed once you've started. It also teaches useful real-world awareness that pools just don't always provide. Small waves, changing visibility and the gentle movement of the sea help kids to get used to water that isn't perfectly predictable like a swimming pool without throwing them in at the deep end. With the right supervision, they can practice timing their breathing with the surface chop, keeping their fins under control and staying oriented to the shore. Those little natural changes build calmness and competence, skills that carry over into swimming, boating and eventually, if they choose to, scuba diving. Snorkeling is naturally social because it creates shared moments without needing everyone to be at the exact same skill level. You can drift side by side, stop over the same patch of reef and all see the same fish appear from under a ledge. Kids love the kind of treasure hunt element to it, scanning for something unusual, then popping their heads up to get your attention and lead you over to it. It turns the swim into a simple game of observation and it's an easy way to teach patience, curiosity and how to look closely rather than just rush around. It also opens the door to good habits around the ocean, especially for younger snorkelers. The golden rule is look but don't touch. Reefs are fragile and plenty of things that look harmful can sting or cut. So a quick reminder about just keeping your hands to yourself, giving wildlife enough space, and watching where your kick goes a very long way. So if kids know the goal is to spot and share, not grab and poke, they're going to have a better time, stay safer, and leave the place exactly as they found it for the next person. Snorkeling is one of the easiest ways to get a proper ocean experience without committing to an expensive excursion. If you're traveling as a family, gear rental is usually quite straightforward and costs far less than boat trips, theme parks, or guided activities. And once you own a basic set, it keeps paying for itself. One purchase can cover multiple holidays, weekends, and beach days. Even in popular tourist areas, a short session from shore can be every bit as memorable as something that's sold as a premium. And a lot of equipment that we have nowadays, it grows with the diver. So the heel strap on the back of the fins can extend, the mast strap you can adjust, so it's not something they're going to grow out of too quickly. The kit list is refreshingly short, and you can spend money where it actually makes a difference. A well-fitting mask is the priority because comfort and a good seal which stops the constant faffing that ruins people's first attempts is essential. After that, a decent snorkel matters more than most people think. Better airflow, a comfortable mouthpiece, and maybe a simple purge valve at the bottom can make breathing feel much more natural. Fins are helpful, but they're optional. In very sheltered, shallow water, there's not too much water movement. If you do use them, even budget fins will improve control and reduce effort. But if it's very still water, it's not essential. Keep it simple, buy or rent sensibly, and you'll get a lot of adventure per pound. Go for 15 minutes or for 2 hours. If you're going on a beach holiday, you can take a dip around naps, meal times, and energy levels. It's not like a hike for an hour when you do this particular route. There's no like completing a circuit or anything. When you want to head back, you head back. There are organised snorkeling tours where a guide will take you to specific reefs or shipwrecks or something, which will have time limits. But if it's just you and your family on the beach, go at your own pace. It also keeps the planning overhead very low. There's no like transport to organize, there's no booking window that you have to hit, there's no like time pressure to make the most of a prepaid ticket. If conditions aren't great, it's too windy or it's too choppy or the visibility is a bit too poor, okay, you can simply wait an hour or so, try again, or come back the next day, or switch to a more sheltered spot. Guided snorkeling trips can be brilliant for reaching specific reefs, wrecks, or marine life that you just cannot access from shore, and they will naturally come with time limits and group pacing. But if you're snorkeling straight from the beach, you're in control. You go when it suits you, and you stop when it suits you. Snorkeling is one of those activities that naturally pulls everyone into the moment. Once you're in the water, the usual distractions just disappear. And attention shifts to what's happening right in front of you. The fish darting between rocks and just whatever's going on, all the bright colors. Kids who might like drift back to a screen on the beach just tend to stay engaged because there's always something new to spot in the water. Even if it's just tiny creatures in the shallows and rock pools or something, it's a simple way to create that rare feeling of being properly absorbed in the real world. And because it feels like a small expedition, it tends to stick in people's memories. Family come out talking about like that big blue fish or the crab that was under the ledge, or the moment they all saw the same school of fish just swim past. Those shared details become stories that then get repeated at dinner times and on the drive home, and months later when someone asks about the trip. It's not forced like quality time. No, you have to put everything down. It's quality time that happens as a side effect of doing something genuinely interesting together, and you don't need a tablet or something to do it. It's a simple way to introduce reef etiquette that extends to all of our natural world. You look but don't touch. and it builds appreciation for the ocean. As long as you practice good reef etiquette, your kids will pick up on that and continue that as they grow up. If they see some litter that's found its way into the water and remove it, then they'll know that it's wrong to litter and it's right to remove it and dispose of it properly. I often go snorkeling with a mesh bag or like shorts with pockets, big pockets on the thighs, so that if I see something that shouldn't be there, I can tidy it up. Of course, just be careful, especially with fishing gear. You don't want to be touching that. If it's like a plastic bottle or something, that's fine. But marine life often makes homes in and under things. And of course, you don't want to disturb them or hurt your hands on something sharp. So do be careful if you are picking up marine litter. So if you're planning a nice trip somewhere near the water, check the water conditions, look for currents and local advice, think about investing in some basic snorkeling gear, consider some floats for like weaker swimmers and a rash vest. If it's sunny where you're going, it's going to protect you from the sun. And if you're looking for somewhere to go on your next adventure, then look at Anthony's key. I'll pop an affiliate link up here in the corner of the screen and down in the description. Thank you for watching, everybody, and of course, safe diving.